Good evening, this is Brass Tacks. I'm Zakir Jacob. Rahul Gandhi's visit to the United States is going from one controversy to another. After his comments on Sikhs being in danger, Rahul Gandhi had a meeting with some American congressmen and women. Among them was the controversial Democratic representative Ilhan Omar. Ms. Omar has said some of the most partisan and frankly incorrect statements regarding Kashmir, regarding the NRC here in India, the Modi government. She said that there is a genocide happening in Kashmir post the abrogation of Article 370. She visited Pakistan-occupied Kashmir back in 2022 and praised the administration there in POK. Now, Ilhan Omar can have whatever politics she wants to have domestically in America. But when she's talking about Kashmir, when she's talking about NRC, these are internal matters of India. And she has a position which is frankly contrarian and contrary to the national interest of India. Why would the leader of opposition of the Indian Parliament, Rahul Gandhi, meet with such an open anti-India baiter like Ilhan Omar? And that too, you have the Kashmir elections coming up in the next few weeks. It's the first democratic election you're seeing in Kashmir in 7 years. It is right around the corner. It's going to come up in the next few weeks. And the leader of the opposition, the leader of the single largest opposition party in the country, is seen in the company of such an anti-India baiter. But first, the story.
India has an employment problem. But there are many countries in the world that don't really have an employment problem. China certainly doesn't have an employment problem.
The fight is about whether he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear his turban in India. Or he, as a Sikh, is going to be allowed to wear a kada in India. Or he, as a Sikh, is going to be able to go to a Gurdwara. That's what the fight is about.
जो महिला कहे कि भारत में हमारे मुस्लिम भाई बहन सुरक्षित नहीं है, उनके साथ जब राहुल गांधी दिखते हैं तो देश का ही नहीं हर देशवासी का भी अपमान करते हैं।
भारत के इतिहास के पहले नेता प्रतिपक्ष बन चुके हैं जिनका नाम एक समय पर पाकिस्तान ने संयुक्त राष्ट्र संघ में भारत विरोधी अपने वक्तव्य में प्रयोग किया था।
अमेरिका को, स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट को चिट्ठी लिखें कि जिस महिला का ये नाम ले रहे हैं इल्हाम, उनको बाहर कर दें। वो वहाँ की सांसद हैं, समझ लीजिए। सांसद और अकेले नहीं मिले, सब सांसदों के साथ मिले।
Now, these meetings do not take place in isolation. They don't simply happen out of the blue. These meetings, particularly with foreign representatives, are planned very much in advance. So, either Mr. Gandhi himself or his team certainly was aware of Ilhan Omar being part of that congressional delegation. They surely were apprised of Ilhan Omar's anti-India record. Let's just bring you up to speed with what she has said, the controversial and sometimes factually inaccurate things that she has said about India in the recent past. In 2019, she criticized the National Register of Citizens in Assam, calling it a part of Prime Minister Modi's Hindu nationalist project. In 2019, she also opposed the abrogation of Article 370, calling it a crackdown on the rights of Kashmiris. It's a bit like a politician here in India talking about the act in the United States which allows the right of return for Jews. No politician in India has a skin in that game. Similarly, Ilhan Omar has no skin in whether 370 is on the statutory books or no. 2022, and this is the most controversial part in my view, she visited Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and she promised to mainstream India's human rights violations in the Indian side of Kashmir. She had nothing to say about the human rights violations in POK. In fact, she went to the extent of praising the local administration there in POK. And this is the blatant double standards that I'm worried about. In 22, she also pushed a resolution in the United States Congress accusing India of violating religious freedom. In fact, she wanted to classify India as a country of particular concern. And then last year, she accused the Modi government of right-wing authoritarianism after a crackdown on separatism in Punjab. Also that same year, she criticized India for quadrupling trade with Russia since the invasion of Ukraine. Also in 2023, when the Prime Minister went there for the state visit was at the invitation of the President of the United States. It is the state of the United States which has invited Prime Minister Modi for a visit, and Ilhan Omar boycotted the Prime Minister's address to the US Congress. But let's keep it straight and simple. Has Rahul Gandhi scored a self-goal by being seen in the company of, among others, Ilhan Omar, a controversial American congresswoman who has said blatantly wrong and frankly obnoxious things about India and Kashmir? Let me now bring in our guest. Pradeep Bhandari is national spokesperson of the BJP here in our studios. Charan Singh Sapra is national spokesperson of the Congress Party. Kamal Sibal is former Foreign Secretary to the Government of India. Sanjeev Srivastav, senior journalist, also joining us. Charan Singh Sapra, I just outlined the kind of stuff that Ilhan Omar has said about India and Kashmir. She's also, by the way, backed the Canadian government's probe into the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. She boycotted Mr. Modi's address, joint address to both houses, the Senate and the House of Representatives, at the state visit, at the invitation of the state of the United States. She moved a resolution to designate India as a country of particular concern. All of these, doesn't this not add up to her being an open anti-India beta? And if that's the case, then why was Mr. Gandhi sharing a photograph with her? Why was he sharing an audience with her? Why was she there at all in the first place? I believe this meeting was organized by the Overseas Professionals Congress, headed, of course, by Mr. Pitroda. But do they not do any background checks of who's invited to these meetings?
See, Zaka, let me make it clear in first place that this meeting was not a secret meeting, and this was a group meeting. This was a scheduled meeting, and it was a meeting in which all the policy makers or the intellectuals or the politicians of United States were present. Ilhan Omar, one of them, was there, and she's also close, she's from the political system of United States, and she's also close to Kamala Harris. She was a part of the delegation. And number two, let me tell you that BJP is, upset or disturbed by the kind of, publicity and TRP Shri Rahul Gandhi's visit is getting. That's why they are picking up flukes every day just to add on to the smear campaign which they want to launch against Rahul Gandhi, but this is not going to work. Let me
separate two issues, please. I'll get to the Rahul Gandhi's visit getting so much prime time coverage in newspaper headlines, etc. in 1 second. But look, okay, I take half your point where you're saying it was a delegation. She was not the only one. This was not a one-on-one meeting. There were other US congressmen and women. Ro Khanna was there. He's again of Indian origin. Shri Thanedar was there. He was also of Indian origin. All from the Democratic Party. But none of them have said the kind of stuff that Ilhan Omar has said. Ilhan Omar is neither of Indian origin, so there's no reason why she should be part of it. She's not part of the India caucus. And she has said some of the most disparaging things about India and about Kashmir. Why would Rahul Gandhi or whoever organized this for Mr. Gandhi invite Ilhan Omar as part of the delegation?
See, Zaka, meeting somebody does not mean that we are endorsing their views. We are not endorsing the views of Ilhan Omar, number one. Number two, if the Indian government has some reservations, if they have some serious concerns, they can summon the ambassador in Delhi and they can file their complaints, whatever they want to file. So it is very clear. Basically, BJP has an issue with Ilhan Omar because she boycotted Narendra Modi's visit. And I can also ask questions why Narendra Modi met Justin Trudeau even after knowing his views on Khalistan and the Sikh separatism. I can also ask question why Narendra Modi met Xi Jinping when 20 soldiers were killed in Galwan. Even after that, Prime Minister met Xi Jinping.
Let me put that to
why
Pradeep
Prime Minister
Bhandari.
Nawaz Sharif was
why
called
was
for
Prime
the
Minister
first
Modi
swearing-in
meeting Nawaz
ceremony?
Sharif and Xi Jinping and Justin Trudeau? I mean, tomorrow, hypothetically speaking, Pradeep, if let's say Kamala Harris wins the US election and she offers to make Ilhan Omar or makes Ilhan Omar a member of her cabinet, will the government of India and ministers of the government of India stop meeting her?
So Zaka, first of all, just for your viewers, Ilhan Omar right now, just to make it very clear, had brought in an anti-India resolution in the House of Representatives. So we are talking about an individual who was funded by the Pakistan to go to POK, which was a threat to, and that act was considered as an act against our sovereignty of India. This is not what I am saying. On 21st April 2022, the official stand of the Indian government, this is ANI, where the MEA spokesperson has said, and I quote, she visited a part of JNK currently illegally occupied by Pakistan. If such a politician wishes to practice her narrow-minded politics at home, that may be her business, but violating our territorial integrity in its pursuit makes this ours condemnable. So we had openly, publicly said that this individual believes in an independent Jammu and Kashmir. She does not believe in the Constitution of India. Knowing this, if Mr. Rahul Gandhi meets this individual and has not still divulged what was discussed between them, what was it, foreign affairs, what was discussed, then we definitely have a charge that is Rahul Gandhi talking to anti-India elements. And if this is not in isolation, what has Sikh for Justice, a banned Khalistani terror outfit, said in its letter September 10, 2024? Gurpan Singh Pannu, who is a terrorist who is being banned under who has charged under UAPA, he says that he endorses the view of Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Now you have a banned terror outfit endorsing the view of Rahul Gandhi. You have an anti-India, pro-Pakistan senator backing Rahul Gandhi. With this, I charge, is there a larger conspiracy of Pakistan at play, the K2 conspiracy, which Mr. R.P. Singh spoke about?
Sabra Saab, you know, the thing is that all of this is originating from Rahul Gandhi's comments saying Sikhs in India are under threat, they don't know if they can go to a Gurdwara, they don't know if they can wear their kada, they don't know if they can wear their pagdi. I'm asking you as a Congress spokesperson, and also I'm asking you as a proud Sikh, are you afraid in this country, Sapra Saab? Are you afraid of going to a Gurdwara? Are you afraid of wearing your kada? I mean, who is stopping you from doing these things?
Let me first answer the part one of the BJP spokesperson, the question which he has asked. I also would like to put up questions. Why Nawaz Sharif was invited for the first swearing-in ceremony when the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was knowing that 527 soldiers were martyred in Kargil war? Why did he invite? Why the ISI was given a red carpet welcome in Pathankot Air Base, even after knowing that they are the main culprits and for the intrusion into India? So this is part one. Now, as far as the Sikh issue is concerned, let me tell you, Zaka, you must have also heard the entire speech of Shri Rahul Gandhi. It was a 20-25 minute speech, out of which in 20 seconds, when he was talking about how the BJP and RSS are trying to forcibly impose their agenda on various religions or on various languages. He quoted Tamil Nadu, he quoted Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, so many states he has quoted. And he was basically trying to say that the religious minority is under fear. And then there was a Sikh gentleman in front, Mr. Balinder Singh, whom he just asked, and he said, he quoted, like the other minorities are suffering, tomorrow the Sikhs might also suffer. They might also fear wearing a turban or wearing a kada. That was
Sapra
the whole
Saab,
context.
this Balinder Singh that you are referring to,
entire context
Sapra Saab,
about the
this Balinder Singh you are referring to has put out a long Facebook post right after meeting Rahul Gandhi and after this incident, and he has said this whole thing is bunkum. I am a Sikh and I feel not threatened at all in India. Okay, so let me go to Kawal Sibal and of course Sanjeev Srivastava is also patiently waiting. Kawal Sibal, you know, there is a protocol, as I understand, especially because Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the leader of the opposition now. He's not just an ordinary politician. He's not just heading a political party. He's the leader of the opposition. When he goes and who he meets, especially abroad, should it not be vetted in some form by the government or the MEA? And there is a precedent where, for example, if the person concerned is not comfortable with one of the guests or does not want to be seen with one of the guests, you can ask for that person not to be part of the delegation. I remember when Mr. Jaishankar became foreign minister and went to the United States, I think it was one of his first visits, Pramila Jayapal, who's again a congresswoman of Indian origin but has said some extremely problematic things about India, he said, I'm not going to join the meeting if she's part of the meeting, and then eventually she had to sit out of that meeting. So there's fair precedent, there's very fairly recent precedent for this to have happened.
Look, a couple of things. Firstly, that whether it's the leader of the opposition or any opposition leader, he is free to make his own arrangements and his own program. He doesn't need any permission from the government of India or any endorsement from them in any way about the people he's going to meet. This was organized by Sam Pitroda and the Congress Overseas Organization. That is one. If a leader of the opposition or an opposition leader wants to get the support of the embassy, it is up to him to do so. There is absolutely no obligation. You have to use your own common sense and your own political awareness, where you think that it would be best if we kept the official channels informed, the embassy informed of what our program is. But it's entirely voluntary. Number two, it is established protocol. Just believe me that when such meetings are organized, in advance, the list is given to the person concerned, in this case, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, with brief biodatas of everyone.
Absolutely.
So that he knows who is he talking to. He knows what their antecedents are. He shouldn't be surprised suddenly by having someone which may be awkward in any potential way.
Okay.
Or otherwise, just to be able to engage them, see what their interests are, what their views are, so that you can address them. So he knew that she was there. He would know what her background is, but he nevertheless decided to go ahead. But assuming that after this furore got created, he felt that this was probably a wrong thing to do, he could easily distance himself by saying that she was there, yes, but there is nothing that she said which I did not counter or address or put her on the right track or agreed with her in any way in terms of whatever she said. Actually, he could diffuse the situation by distancing herself from her presence in some way or the other. You could ask Sam Pitroda to do that, but he hasn't done that. Number three.
And this is post facto. Even if, let's say, for example, he was unaware that she was part of it, or he didn't know her antecedents, the team cleared it, and he was not aware of it. Post facto, he could have done this and said that, look, I have nothing to do with her positions, and she did not say anything about Kashmir. So he could have done that if he chose to. Anyway, but Sanjeev Srivastava, I want to look at the larger thing. These last 3 days that Rahul Gandhi has been in the United States, and clearly people were looking, particularly after the 2024 verdict, that look, there might be some signs of change, that Rahul Gandhi may have finally arrived, that he's now going to be taken far more seriously as a politician. Unfortunately, the last 3 days have just been hopping from one controversy to another, whether it was the Sikh controversy. I think the day before that also he said something that was not entirely, covering himself in glory. And then, of course, this whole Ilhan Omar episode. In a sense, the detractors of Rahul Gandhi, BJP or otherwise, they are saying that, look, this is a continuation of what we've always known for the last 10 years, certainly, that he's just not up for it. How do you counter that from what we've seen in the last 3 days?
Good evening, Zaka. I think the 2024 verdict has already countered that to a significant extent. So the party has nearly doubled its tally. The BJP has lost its majority and is now heading a coalition government. So certain issues have been settled by the public. The media may take its own time following that lead. Number one. Number two, if I was in Rahul Gandhi's shoes, I would definitely not be meeting Ilhan Omar. I would not be making that statement about Sikhs, because I would be knowing, if I was Rahul Gandhi, that these are the kind of issues which will be picked up and a narrative would be tried to set up. So all the good things he said, see Zaka, some things are last 10 years, some things have become very clear. If Rahul Gandhi says 10 things, and if in 2 things or 1 thing he puts his foot in his mouth, he cuts a sorry figure, then that becomes the story. If Prime Minister Modi says 10 things, and if he says 1 thing which is not exactly exemplary or correct, then the remaining 9 things remain the story. So that is something which we are all familiar with. Still, if I was Rahul Gandhi, I wouldn't have done these 2 things. Fine, fair and simple. I think the public has moved beyond these kind of narratives with BJP and a section of the ecosystem always tries to develop and propagate. That debate has been settled.
Okay.
With the 2024 election result and maybe further settled in the upcoming assembly elections.
Okay, so Pradeep Bhandari, the Congress's view, and of course people who support the Congress party are saying that look, whatever needed to be settled has been settled in the 2024 election. Now you have to take Rahul Gandhi seriously. He's got 99 MPs, he's the leader of the opposition, the India alliance is 234, so on and so forth. How does it really matter what he's saying in the US? What is the political downside? The media will play it for 3 days, the headlines will carry it for 3 days, and then people move on.
Well, it has definitely been settled that for the 3 consecutive elections, the Congress party has been in double digit and the Bharatiya Janata Party has is forming the government for the 3rd time. So yes, if the Congress party and the supporters of the Congress party need to be happy to be rejected for 3 consecutive times with the people of India with a similar vote share of 18 to 22%, well and good. The people of India have given their verdict. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the Prime Minister for the 3rd consecutive time, which has happened for the first time in the last 40 years. Now let me see, and what is my larger argument? Will a right-minded patriot speak to an individual who has open anti-India views, who advocates for an independent Jammu and Kashmir? That is my point number 1. Why has Rahul Gandhi not spoken a word about Ilhan Omar's view? What has been discussed between Ilhan Omar and Rahul Gandhi? When 2 heads of state meet, let's imagine the Indian head of state meet and another head of state meet, you always have a press release of what is discussed. What has been discussed between an individual who is an anti-India individual who gets an anti-India resolution, who advocates for an independent Jammu and Kashmir? We do not know about it. This is where our charge is.
But Pradeep, I have a question.
Yes.
No, my question is that Rahul Gandhi went to the US earlier also,
yes,
before 2024.
Yeah.
No. So, and he must have said pretty controversial things like he said in the last 3 days. Yet, for the last 3 days, the media has been covering him blanket. I guess one of the reasons for that is also that the media also realizes that he's not the same Rahul Gandhi from pre-2024.
There are right-minded.
He's now the leader of the opposition. So, for whatever it's worth, they are covering him. The headlines are about him.
Zaka, it is about India. And if a public representative who is right now the leader of opposition advocates and makes anti-India statements and speaks falsehood about Bharat, it is our rightful duty to make the people aware about the ulterior motive in the larger conspiracy. Let me just reread.
He has not spoken anything.
I'll tell you.
He has met with an anti-India.
I'll tell you. The fight is about whether a Sikh is going to be allowed to wear a turban in India, whether a Sikh will be allowed to wear a kada in India or will be able to go to a Gurudwara. Please tell me, whereas in India, the state not advocated or has gone against and banned the Sikhs. The last time the Sikhs felt threatened in India was 1984. What are the charges? Exactly. So what is Mr. Rahul Gandhi trying to do? He's trying to create a narrative of a weak society where a Sikh fights with a Hindu, one caste fights with the other.
One second,
with Ilhan Omar and talks.
Pradeep, let me conduct this debate. Sabra Saab, I come back to you again, and I'm specifically asking you this question because you are who you are. Do you know any of your fellow, Sikhs who have ever come to you in the last 4 years, 5 years, 10 years and said that, look, we're afraid to go to our Gurudwara, we're afraid to wear our turban, or we're afraid to wear our kada? I mean, it's just not just poor articulation, it's just plain wrong what Mr. Gandhi said. And perhaps he even knows that.
See, Zaka, number 1, I would like to make it clear that speaking against Bharatiya Janata Party or speaking against the policies of BJP is not speaking against the nation. Everybody should know that. Number 2, if you are asking about Sikhs and the way Hardeep Puri had jumped yesterday for the press conference and for everything, whatever he said in the media, let me ask BJP and Hardeep Puri also. Why was Hardeep Puri mum when the Punjab Kisans were sitting for 1 year on dharna at Delhi, at the doors of Delhi, at the doors of Parliament? Where was Hardeep Puri when the farmers were called Khalistanis, when they were called terrorists, when they were called Deshdrohis? Where was Hardeep Puri when Kangana Ranaut said the females of these farmers are taking 100 rupees, 200 rupees and they are coming for the agitation? Where was Hardeep Puri when these farmers were questioned by Kangana Ranaut and she termed them as Khalistanis? And where is Hardeep Puri when there are 3 Gurdwaras in the BJP ruled state? One in Haridwar, Gyan Godhadi Gurdwara, the other one Dangmar Gurdwara in Sikkim. and the third one is in Puri, Mangu Mutt. These three Gurdwaras have been demolished by the BJP governments. Where is Hardeep Puri? Where are the other Sikh leaders of BJP? Why are they not questioning their own government?
Okay,
Why are they
Pradeep,
not
quick
protecting
response,
the
and then
Gurdwaras?
I'll go
These
back
are
to
not simple
the two
Gurdwaras.
other guests.
These
Yeah.
are the historic
Okay,
Gurdwaras
Sabra
of the
Saab,
Sikh
heard you.
history.
We heard you.
Why are they being
Let Pradeep
demolished?
respond.
My
Let Pradeep
learned
respond.
friend from the Congress party is spreading fake news. No Indian government representative or the Prime Minister or the Home Minister has called
not
the
the fake
farmers
news.
as
I have given you
Khalistanis. He's
name of
lying.
the Gurdwara,
We are the
and I have
individuals
given you
who've
the
given
city also.
50% above
Please
cost price
inquire.
to the farmers. He is belittling and trying to trivialize the issue. Sikh for Justice, a banned terror outfit, advocates Rahul Gandhi's view. Sikh for Justice wants an
forget
independent
Sikh for
Punjab,
Justice.
and
I'm
he is
talking
acting.
about
This is the
Pradeep,
same body
Pradeep.
which is advocating
Can
Mr.
you-
Gandhi's
Pradeep,
view. It is
Pradeep.
not about the
Answer
domestic
the
politics.
Gurdwaras which have been
Did
demolished
Kangana
by a
Ranaut
state
not
government.
call
Party has already
them,
taken- Are you telling- okay.
Khalistanis?
Wait a sec. Zaka, the party has already taken a stand on Kangana Ranaut's issue. Please tell me, what are we discussing? We are discussing that a leader of opposition has advocated views on Sikhs in India, which has been advocated and resonated by a
when you are
banned terror
discussing
outfit
Sikh
called Sikh for
politics,
Justice,
when
which
you are
wants an
discussing
independent
Sikh,
Punjab.
this is
How
bound
is
to
he
come.
trying to trivialize
You don't
this
have
by
Okay,
bringing into
answers
I
for
want to
domestic
get quick
politics?
closing
We can-
comments
we can
from
have a
Kamal
counter
Sibal
argument
and to
argument.
Sanjeev Srivastava. Kamal Sibal, particularly when we know that there is a Khalistan leaning elements within the diaspora, whether it's in the US, UK, Canada, etc. And this again is pretty obvious. Mr. Gandhi says what he says. The next day, Pannu latches onto it, saying that, look, we endorse what he's saying. And he's using Rahul Gandhi for his own sort of narrow partisan interests. So shouldn't Mr. Gandhi have known that saying something like this at a time when there are these Khalistani elements within the diaspora in these countries will only be fodder for them?
Of course. Point is that this will now reinforce and boost the narrative of the Khalistanis abroad, in Canada or United States or UK or Australia, that the leader of the opposition himself is saying that the Sikhs are in danger in India because they may be barred from wearing turbans or wearing karas or going to Gurdwara. Now, this gives them very powerful argument, and then it feeds into all the human rights organizations, religious freedom organizations who already are attacking India. It will feed into their narrative. Then it will feed into the press, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Economist, and what have you, Wall Street Journal. Then it will create an impression about India which is highly negative. Where was the need for this? And why just pick up on the Sikh in the audience, suo moto, without provocation? In fact, asks him, what's your name, and this and that,
Zaka,
and
can I-
then goes on
can I
to say what he had to
clear
say. And then he also added, which you have not mentioned, that this can happen to other religions in India.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So therefore, this is the kind of thing, as I said, which is very negative in terms of strengthening the very unfavorable impressions about religious freedom in India and the danger to minorities in India. It's very unfortunate.
I have to give Sanjeev Srivastava the final word, but 10 seconds, Sabra Saab, 10 seconds, not more than that. Sanjeev Srivastava, final word, yeah. Quickly.
See, Zaka, Gurpatwant Singh Panun, he does not need Rahul Gandhi's view to enhance his views on extremism and Khalistan.
No, but he's done exactly that in 24 hours after what Mr. Gandhi said. He's done exactly that.
His water boundary. No, let me complete. You can't interrupt me in 10 seconds also. Listen, his water boundary is well known. His water boundary cannot stop. The union government has failed to stop his water boundary. They have failed to tackle him, and they are putting the blame on Rahul Gandhi. It is for the government to act, or it is for the opposition leader to act.
Okay, fine. I said
What
10
is
seconds.
this
You've taken
happening?
more than that. Sanjeev Srivastava, final word. Sanjeev Srivastava, final word. You know, whether they like it or not, whether Sabra Saab believes it or not, fact is that's exactly what happened. Mr. Gandhi said what he said 24 hours ago, and within the end of the day, Pannu puts out a statement saying, look, Mr. Gandhi is also saying exactly what I've been saying all along. I mean, surely the Congress party, the learned people in the party, the advisors of Mr. Rahul Gandhi should have forewarned him about this when he said, you know, Sikhs are afraid to go to Gurdwara, wear kada and wear turban in India. Yeah.
So, even in my earlier comment, I clearly stated that if I was Rahul Gandhi, I wouldn't have said it. It was, for lack of a better word, I think it was lack of judgment on his part, lack of presence of mind. He didn't apply his mind. And there is this problem with Rahul Gandhi when he says things off the cuff and which rebound on him and recoil on him. So that is one. This case is one. Second, I agree with the newly appointed spokesperson, Bhandari, my dear friend, that what he has said, I agree. Yes, the verdict says that it is the BJP government for the third term and the Congress for the third time in double digits. But the verdict also says that the numbers of BJP have come down and the Congress have gone up, and by substantial measure. And the final thing which I want to really say is that are we, in a manner of speaking, so insecure? If there is a constant India hater, India baiter in the US Congress or Senate, wherever she is,
5 seconds.
If she comes and meets us in a delegation, do we really need such hue and cry? Can't, it's best, okay, if he has not met her, fine. But if you try and meet your opponent, try and put across your viewpoint, at least she would, I don't know what she will be thinking, but if I was her or a normal person, would be little mellowed, little softened by a prominent Indian leader.
5 seconds.
Does it not ring a bell?
That's one point.
No, I got to wrap up, Sanjeev. I got to wrap up.
The Honorable LOP's statement is supported by a banned terrorist. That's what I was saying.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm pulling away because we're getting pictures. Prime Minister Modi has gone to the residence of the Chief Justice of India for the Ganpati Puja celebrations there. This is at the residence of Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud. He's reached there. He's performed a puja. You can see Chief Justice, his wife to the right of the Prime Minister. These are pictures of